Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from the 5 group. Today, we are going to present about study the result of the observation RPP in Saverius Pringsewu High School. And before we start the presentation, I will introduce my team. And the first is Almadani Durotul Laili. The second is Eka Sari Agustina. The third, Mutiara Haliza. And the last, me, Putri Kurota Ayuni. Well, the first material will be delivered by Almadani Durotul Laili. And to Almadani Durotul Laili, I'm is yours.
Well, thanks for Putri Kurota. The first material is systematic RPP, or usually we called as lesson plan in English. Every educator in the education unit is obliged to prepare complete and systematic lesson plans so that learning takes place interactively, inspiratively, fun, challenging, efficient, motivating students to participate active, developing character values and giving sufficient space for initiative, creativity and independence according to talents, interests and physical development as well psychological learners. The lesson planning that is compiled must contain the following components. You can see the list. The first is Education Program Identity. Let's look at lesson plans in Saverius Senior High School. Usually, the components of the learning plan include the name of the school, class and semester, subject and time allocation. We can see that lesson plans at Saverius High School also include these components. This means the lesson plans is appropriate. And the next is core competencies and basic competencies, indicator of competency achievement, learning objectives, learning materials, learning strategies. Learning strategies usually include approach strategies and learning methods, learning resources, learning media, learning steps, learning activities carried out through stage introduction, core activities, and closing. And the last is assessment of learning outcomes. Assessment of learning outcomes is a decision about achieving results learning based on data collection, using instruments measuring both attitude, knowledge, and skills. And the next material is learning objectives. Learning objectives are formulated based on indicators of competency achievement, taking into account the component of objectives which includes audience, behavior, condition, and degree, formulated using operational verbs that can be observed and measured, which include attitudes and values of character, knowledge, and skills, like in lesson plans in Saverius High School that use words like students can distinguish, compile, and so on. Well, the next material will be delivered by Eka Sari Agustin.
Learning strategies are the particular approach or technique that learners employ to try to learn. Language learning strategies are conscious or potentially conscious action, and learners can identify them in their learning process. Learning strategies include approaches, strategies, and learning methods. Strategies can make learning easier, faster, more enjoyable, more self-directed, more effective, and more transferable to new situations. The 10th class of Senior High School Zaverius Pringsewu use scientific to approach, then discovery learning and problem-based learning to learning model. And to learning method, they use Q&A or question and answer, interview, discussion, and role play. Learning material. Learning material contain facts, concept, procedure, and metacognitive relevant to KD demand, written in form of item in accordance with the formulation of indicator achievement of competence. Learning material that use Senior high school Zaverius Pringsewu has been suitable because content components that have to there in learning material.
Learning resources. Learning resources can include books, information sheets, job sheets or assignment sheets, assessment sheets, internet and others. And the resources contained in the example lesson plan at Saverius Pringsewu High School include subject books, dictionaries, experiences of students, and teachers. Referring to Permendikbud number 22 year 2016, learning planning includes the preparation learning implementation plan and media preparation and learning resources, learning assessment tools, and scenarios learning. Preparation of syllabus and lesson plan adjusted to learning approach used. Based on the above statement, the lesson plan at Saverius Pringsewu High School has complete components and is arranged systematically.
Okay, the last material about obstacles. The first about constraint when making a learning plan. Determine the right method in learning and analyzing students. And next about constraints when teaching. Adjust learning method to the different abilities of students. And the obstacles faced by teacher in teaching at Saverius Pringsewu, especially in class 10 using RPP are the difficult in analyzing students, so that in determining the learning method must be able to examine problems found in the school environment of students. Because students have different characteristics and character. And so they must choose the right method and so that learning is not boring. And the teacher must be carefully doing the learning as they should. Okay, that's all for us. Thank you for watching this video until the end. And sorry if we made many mistakes, and we say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.